Hey guys, what's up? Nick here once again, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to set up an audio converter to work an XLR microphone for a streaming setup or just for a YouTube setup, whatever way you're going to be looking. Now I do want to say that off the bat I am nowhere near an audio engineer, nor do I know pretty much any of the terminology that is needed to be a professional audio enthusiast. So if you are one of those people, first thing, I don't know why you're on this video, but second of all, please don't bash me in the comments if I say something wrong or if I have the wrong term for it, whatever. I'm making this video to help people out who are brand new to this kind of thing, and I feel like there isn't many videos out there that really talk to the average consumer or like help them out with what to buy when it comes to an XLR microphone and a audio converter setup, because most people that I've seen that are starting to stream or they're starting to make YouTube videos, the first thing they go out is buy a Blue Yeti. And I personally am against USB microphones, especially Blue Yeti microphones. I mean, they're fine. I just feel like they're a little bit overpriced. I feel for the exact same price, you can get a much better sounding alternative and a much better situation for a microphone setup versus just buying a Blue Yeti. So, for instance, a Blue Yeti microphone right now is going for like 120 bucks. I could be wrong on that. It could be on sale at the moment. But when I purchased mine, and I don't have it anymore, by the way, I did sell it. But when I purchased mine, I paid 120 bucks for it. Now, this microphone setup I have right here, I have a arm stand, I have the microphone, I have a pop filter on it, the XLR cable, and the audio interface that I have over here. I got all of this for about $160. So, you know, like 40 bucks more I had to pay for it, and honestly, you're getting a 180% better microphone setup with paying extra 40 bucks. So it really comes down to like, is it worth it? Yes. Now, if you're on this video, you're probably like, well, I don't even know what I'm looking at. You know, what do I have to look at to get this setup to work properly? First things first, you're going to obviously want a microphone. Now, my personal microphone here is the AT2035 Corduroy microphone by Audio-Technica. I've been a fan of Audio-Technica for years. I've had their headphones. I've had a lot of different things from them and never had any issues. I like Audio-Technica. I think they're a pretty good brand, and they got pretty good prices on their microphones and headphones and other things. So I highly recommend checking out their headphones. Their ATH M50Xs are pretty good. Really good price. They were like the #1 headphone on YouTube and Twitch for like the last 5 years or so. I personally just recently upgraded to some Sennheisers. I forget the model name of these guys, but they were like 300 bucks. Very, very expensive, but I mean, I stream full time and I do YouTube full time, so they've really come in handy. They help a lot and they're very comfortable. I love them. But yeah, the Audio-Technica headphones are just as great. The other thing that was really nice about this microphone is it came with the stand, it came with the cable, it came with the pop filter, and this little mount here with the stand. It came with everything ready to go. The only thing I had to buy extra for this to work with my computer was the interface. And now the interface is a Behringer interface. I'm trying to remember the exact model number, if it's even written on here. It is. Okay, so this is the U-phoria UMC204HD. That is a mouthful. Now, again, I don't know these names off the top of my head because these are crazy names, but this is the interface that I have personally. The reason I went with this one is because it's very compact, it looks sleek on my desk, and it works. The other thing too is it does have 2 microphone inputs, so if I ever wanted to, I could have 2 separate mics plugged into it at once. Like if I did a podcast or something like that with a friend, I could do that. The other thing is it's super simple. It's literally just a couple dials you have to mess with on the front. You can plug in your headphones right on the right side. You do need a converter if you do not have the, I think it's 3.5. I don't remember the exact inch millimeter. I'll probably have it in text here because I don't remember off the top of my head what the inch diameter of the converter you need. But if you have regular headphones, like a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, it's not going to fit in there. You're going to need an adapter. But they're super cheap on Amazon, like $5, so definitely worth it. And the other reason for this little thing is it's a USB powered device, so it connects right to your computer via USB. No, that does not make it a technically USB mic because it is an XLR microphone, and this converter gives it phantom power. I don't know the exact reason why it's called phantom power, but it sounds cool, and it means that your microphone will work. So as long as your converter has phantom power, your XLR microphone will work without issue. Now, to set this up, the first thing you're going to need is an XLR cable with your microphone. Now, the XLR cable has 3 little prongs on both sides. It's pretty easy to line up. Just make sure it clicks into place. There's a little knob that will stick out once it's clicked into place. You will not be able to take it out unless you push in that knob again. So that lets you know that it is in place and ready to go. Make sure you plug it into both the microphone and on the interface before turning it on. Next thing is you want to plug in your interface to your computer. Make sure your computer is off. The reason for this is because once you plug in the device and you turn your computer on, it will automatically look for the drivers needed to work properly. My Behringer luckily installed everything right off the bat. My girlfriend got the exact same interface that I got from Amazon, but when she plugged hers in, she didn't plug it in when her computer was off, and it didn't download the drivers properly, so we had to go to Behringer's website. Luckily, they had it pretty easily right there, and we were able to download the drivers without issue, and it worked just fine. Just keep that in mind. Make sure the computer is off before plugging in the converter. Next thing is you want to get a pair of headphones that can connect to the converter. If you have a pair of headphones that already has the right jack for it, awesome, like mine does here. That works great, perfect. But again, if you need the converter, I'll have a picture of it. This is what it looks like. Go buy the converter and then use that with any pair of headphones you want, and it should work without issue. And then you have all these little dials on here. For my personal setup, I've never had to really mess with these dials. You can pause the video if you want to copy mine to see what they're at, but really you don't have to mess with any of this stuff. This is all kind of mumbo jumbo if you're new to audio engineering and all that stuff, audio mixing, I should say. You really just have to make sure a lot of them are mid or, in the middle, and then the rest of the audio editing you're pretty much doing on your computer. Whether that's if you're doing YouTube, you're going to be recording the video and then you can edit the audio later. Or if you're live streaming, you can do all the audio dials in a mixer with any of your programs. Like if you're using OBS or Streamlabs OBS, both of those programs, they have their own audio mixing in there, which is what I use, yada, yada, yada. The last part of it, you want to make sure that the phantom power switch is turned on. The first time I set this up, I didn't know that that was even a thing, and my microphone wasn't working, but I was like, I'm getting power to my thing, why is it not working? Yes, just make sure the phantom power button is on, and you should be good to go, and your microphone will be working. And then obviously from that point on, you just need to make sure that you have a proper recording software that you can record the audio with. I personally use Sony Vegas Pro. I have a couple tutorials on my channel if you want to go check it out to see how to use Sony Vegas, if you want to use that program. But you can use a lot of free programs out there, like Audacity is a really good one that's free, that works really well for audio recording. If you're live streaming, I mean, any program you use for live streaming will have an audio input and you'll be able to use it no problem. This microphone setup will work for Discord, Skype, really any program you can think of, and obviously for gaming. So if you're in a video game, you can use this microphone for the in-game chat. You don't have to get a separate headset for the in-game chat or anything like that. It'll work just fine. The last part, before anything will work through the headphones on your interface setup here, is you're going to have to go through Windows and you're going to have to right-click on your speaker, go to Open Sound Settings, a little window will pop up, and you're going to have to select the output device, which will be your, mine's a Behringer, but if you have any audio interface, the name of your audio interface will pop up in the sound settings as long as you have properly installed your drivers. And it'll show up right in there. You just click on that and you are good to go. All your sound will now come through your audio converter into your headphones. And you also, the other real huge benefit of a XLR microphone over the Blue Yeti, and the Blue Yeti does have this feature, by the way, I'm not gonna say that it doesn't, but this is a huge benefit, and I think it works a little bit better with these audio interfaces than it does with the Blue Yeti personally, but you can hear yourself with direct monitoring. So that is another switch on the converter here. It's just a little button down below, and you can turn this off and on if you don't want it. Personally, after having it, I can never go back. I love this feature. Being able to hear your own voice through your earphones in live time, so it doesn't screw with you. I've used programs before that did live monitoring, and all it really did was it screwed me up with talking because it was delayed. So I'd say something and then I'd hear it a millisecond too late, and it would just mess with your mind. It's actually a challenge online if you want to look it up to be able to do it. But this one does it in real time. You don't have to worry about any delay, and it's really nice because you know that you're not blowing out your ear holes or your audience's ear holes and it just, you know, what it sounds like. So yeah, it's an awesome feature. Direct monitoring is a plus, definitely needed. But again, if you're just one of those people that don't want to use it, you can turn it off, which is cool. You don't have to use it. And I guess I suppose the last part of this would be setting up a mic stand, which is like this arm stand here. It's pretty simple, but there's a ton of different versions of this online, so I'm not really going to go through with showing you exactly how I set mine up. They come pre-built out of the box. You don't really have to do anything. You just screw it to your desk, and then you plug in your mic, or basically hook your mic into the mount area. It's relatively simple. There's really no reason to show a video about that. I just really wanted to talk about how to set up the interface part of this and what to really look for if you're wanting to set up a pretty decent microphone setup for YouTube videos and for streaming, because I've been getting a lot of questions in my comments. What microphone are you using? And then when I reply with the microphone and the interface, they're like, what are you talking about? I thought it was just a microphone that you buy and you plug into the computer and it works. Like, no, that's not how these work, and that's not how 90% of the microphones on the market work. Only a few of them, a select few, are just a plug in and use microphone, and they're usually garbage. So yes, if you're looking for a more professional setup, this is the way to go. I'll have a link in the description below of all the parts from this video. If you want to copy my setup, this is the way to do it. And I really hope this video helped you guys out. I really just wanted to get this one out there because I just felt bad for all the comments I've been getting. And when I reply, people don't know what I'm talking about. I also want to apologize for the video quality here. I'm using a webcam. Long story short, I don't really have a video camera at the moment. I'm using my phone for most of my videos here. But we will be working on that in the future. We do have a Patreon now, and if you guys haven't seen the Patreon launch video, I'll have a link in the description as well if you want to go support me on Patreon. Every little bit helps. It truly does. Essentially, all the money from the Patreon goes straight back to this channel, not even towards my streaming. It goes towards this channel, so to get better equipment for lighting, videos, video camera, I should say, and also just get more items to make reviews and unboxings and videos on for future stuff. So any type of bit helps when it comes to the Patreon. And thank you guys so much. Leave a like to show your support as always. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.